Curtis Wright in his third season, a record of 17-46. Opening tap is controlled by the Avon Orioles.
Well, man-to-man to start, as we said, we see both teams do this a lot. And the other part of it, too, Mark, is that both teams really want to work inside out, do a great job of looking post and then spreading the ball around.
Michael and Thomas, ultra-quick guards for Jason Young's basketball team, and some size inside to complement that.
Well, they're not as up-tempo a team as they have been, but they have that capability. They're a team, again, that likes to back screens away from the ball, spread the floor out, get some back cuts.
First free throw on the way is good. Regional next week, then the semi-state, the state championship. Avon.
That's one of the crucial areas that we'll continue to look at throughout the night. Little 2-2-1, little three-quarter court. Great spot for a trap right there.
Great ball rotation by Ben Davis to break that pressure and a travel. First quarter just underway. 1-0 favor of Avon. Taking on Ben Davis. Decatur Central and Pike, the second half of our doubleheader. Nice look inside. Blackman with the misfire. Cody Tucker gathers it in for Ben Davis.
You get a little 2-3 here at the half court mark. I think what you'll see from time to time, some changes on the part of Avon defensively.
Long three, no good. Garrett with the rebound. Kicks it to Pennington. Pennington traps and has to get rid of it. Both teams dialing up the defense early on.
Allows them to keep a tremendously talented Greg Rice in check. I mean, you've got better angles, better help. You put him in a situation where you can't go one-on-one and isolate you, but he does get it in transition, as you see here, and he's very explosive with it.
Rice from the right elbow. Off the missed shot by Thomas at the other end. Avon clears it away. Griffin in transition. Stop and go. Nice look down low. Trapped in no man's land was Darvon Blackman, and he couldn't get a good shot away.
Well, it's one of those where had he taken it up off the catch, he probably had a better chance at it. Again, the 2-3. Just straight 2-3 right now. He'll try to match up on the wing.
Good, strong post move inside, thrown up a little short, and Avon will control it.
Yeah, Covington had a nice look, but just somebody got a hand on it, kind of just barely knocked it out of his hands.
Curtis Wright trying to get Ben Davis' sixth campaign, but 9-14, 3-17. Since 2000, the fortunes have not been kind to the Ben Davis Giants.
No, they haven't, but I think, Curtis understands he's got some good young kids on this group.
Ben Davis off the turnover. We are stuck on 1-0 under 5 minutes to play in period one.
Well, as you would expect, you get that game. This is a semifinal of the sectional. You're a little bit tentative.
Great ball rotation and the finish by Caleb Pennington.
How about the delivery by Greg Garrett? You always taught it, and I've said this over and over, ball to the post. You're thinking opposite. Great backdoor cut by Caleb Pennington.
2-1 now, Ben Davis.
Here it is, the pressure defense at half court. You get the 2-2-1 again to put pressure on Greg Rice and slow him down and not allow him to get out. Certainly is one of them.
A build similar to Stanley Burrell, who went on to Xavier.
Yep, a little smaller.
Stanley was one of the best-kept secrets in Central Indiana. I mean, Xavier got themselves a good one when they were able to pluck him out of the city of Indianapolis. Off the missed shot, Greg Garrett there to clean it up, his first two.
Well, it was obviously a shot by Greg Rice that didn't have the range, but Garrett right there, great catch, great finish.
4-1 Ben Davis. Avon with a basketball. Kick in the corner. Three on the way, yes.
You got to get a hand up on him now. I mean, you got to get there quickly because Kendall Griffin can shoot it. He's their leading scorer. He can really light him up from three.
Avon in transition. Oh, nice move. How about the up and under? Kendall Griffith with 5 straight gives his ball club after they trailed at 4-1. Suddenly they're up 6-4.
Under some pressure. We talked about it. It's an Avon team that in the last couple of years has been really up-tempo. They can still do this. They don't do it as much as they have.
3.5 to play in period one. Top of the circle, travels. (6-4), 3:20 mark of the first quarter. Good stop and go move along the baseline, but a misfire by Griffin. Quickly comes Rice the other way. Oh, look at that crossover. In traffic. Quick inbound. Down low. Covington puts it up and finishes.
How about that move by Mike Covington? Let me tell you what. He gets doubled up, gets a little step through, finishes with a bump for a big basket.
Tied at 6. Michael with the basketball, crosses over, buys some room to the free throw line. The kick for 3. Sarver, 5'11" sophomore, dials it up.
Well, it's the penetration and pitch by Darian Michael that makes it possible. And Sarver right there with a nice, clean look at 3.
Rice, that was an awkward-looking shot. And a brick by Covington. The other way comes Michael.
Well, sometimes, you know what, Mark, when you're open, it's deceptive. Maybe that's not necessarily the shot you take, even though you're open.
Baseline from 12, deep in the well-known. The misfire by Burgett. Ben Davis in transition. Stop and go by Pennington. They'll rotate it around to the free throw line, stolen away. They'll shovel it ahead to Sarver, and Sarver's fouled before he gets to the bucket. 6 and 15 a year ago after a couple of back-to-back winning seasons.
We know in the late 60s they weren't able to win the sectional, Mark.
And why might that be, Coach?
Because the Quakes won it in 67 and 69. I know, because I know that. This I know.
Baseline move and a misfire.
Great offense, though. I mean, that's the kind of shot you look to have every possession down the floor. You'll take that possession.
First one on the way. This freshman, and Harry Wills is a 6-month freshman, wears number 22. Talking to Steve Snoddy beforehand. Steve been around Ben Davis basketball for years, also freelances as a photographer with the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the IndyCar Series, and he coached both of those freshmen in 5th and 6th grade basketball, and he said that they are going to have bright futures at Ben Davis. Rice misfires on the 3, and Avon brings it the other way. 9-6 in favor of the guests, the Avon Orioles. Post up in the paint. Ball going to be thrown into the backcourt. It'll go to Ben Davis.
The zone has done what you want it to do if you're Avon. It has kept this Ben Davis team, has made him shoot that perimeter jump shot. They've settled for it. They've taken it inside a couple of times, been dry on the possessions, but it really has slowed down the dribble and taken away some of the angles.
Under a minute to play. 9-6 Avon. Under a minute to play in period 1, we should say. Rice can't do much with the trap at the top. Wills swings it. They come baseline right. Looking inside for Wills posting up. The misfire.
Well, he's wide open, but just got a little hurried on the shot. Had a good look, but just too fast on the delivery.
Wills with the miss. Clock down to 17 seconds. Griffin to Sarver. Sarver with 8 seconds. Back to Griffin. Clock down to 6. Deep three-pointer. Rolls around and in. 8 for Kendall Griffith in the first quarter. We played 1 quarter of basketball, and the Avon Orioles are in front. The score 12-6.